weeks ago, or maybe 3 weeks ago, depending on when I'm going to air this video, I got a letter from one of you guys about struggling about being a K-pop fan. So she's a K-pop fan, but she's having a hard time with it because her friends and her family doesn't understand her, and some of her schoolmates would actually bully her for being a K-pop fan. She was asking for practical advice. What can she do? Because she does like it, she enjoys it, but of course she doesn't seem to, she's now getting confused, like, is it still worth it or whatever. Now, there were a lot in her letter I actually didn't read, and the reason I framed many of the opinions that I expressed is based on the things that I've read from her letter, but I couldn't tell you all of that because she did not allow me. I only read the parts she specifically stated I can read. Now, another viewer that goes by the name of SY, as the name of her YouTube account, SY, provided her own point of view, and a lot of it opposes my opinion, but I still feel like it's important for people to hear what she has to say, what SY has to say, because it's a different perspective. And I've said in the original video, and I will say it here, I have absolutely no professional credentials to provide any kind of emotional or mental advice. And so I wouldn't even call what I said an advice, but more like an opinion. As I've said, I do not have any kind of professional credentials. And so I will still state here, and as I have stated before, please, if you can, seek professional help. That may be like a counselor in school, or an actual shrink, or any kind that go to somebody that has more, that would have, number one, that would actually know what they're talking about, and preferably someone that will have a better background of who you are. I'm a stranger to you, you're a stranger to me. So what I actually said is more an opinion. Now, SY, as I've said, provided a different point of view, and I think it's very important for you guys to hear it. I'm not here to defend what I said. This is not what this video is for. I just believe that what SY said is important. Okay, so one of the things that she said is that basically what she's saying is if they are hurting her, she probably will not feel comfortable talking about something difficult with these people. So maybe that's not the best way to go. Advising her to talk to these people may not be the best way to go, and that is totally valid. If they're already making you feel this terrible, it will be hard to talk to these people. If K-pop, according to her, if K-pop is healing and inspiring you, or inspiring somebody, the solution is not to shut off that thing that is making you feel better, but to choose different set of friends. Why continue being friends with people that are making you feel terrible? This is not what she said, but in my head when she said it, it's like, that's actually she's right, because that is the ingredient for an abusive relationship. When you stay in a relationship with somebody that's making you feel horrible, you are one step closer to getting actually physically abused, and you do not want to get abused. Nobody has the right to inflict any kind of pain on you. So people will commit mistakes, but if they keep on doing it, and they will, at this stage they probably see how horrible it's making you feel, and they continue doing it, then that's abuse. Third is, she told me that much of my wording was them-centric, where she needs to become self-boundary-centric. Now, number 4, she said, as a parent, this is what she said, and I quote, as a parent, they might have some reasonableness around how addicting and time-consuming it can be to keep up with all the groups, and it sounds like a lot of money was spent, likely on stuff that's overpriced. So one way they might be trying to protect her, this I shared with her, this opinion I shared with her, one way they might be trying to protect her and are very misguided in trying to forbid or censor instead of guiding her is around the exorbitant time spent on consuming and being a spectator is eating into time that could be spent developing your own talents, her own talent skills, even her own YouTube presence or content. So maybe you can start something that will benefit you more directly, that will hone your skills and help you progress towards your career or your studies. So this can be starting your own YouTube channel. Then you can reach out to people that share the same interests, who spend a lot of time in K-pop or who get judged for K-pop interests. A channel about creating a balance in her life, time management skills, and create a community with others, and she won't feel so alone and marginalized by people who frankly should let her have her interests without judgment. Number 5, look at Yoongi of BTS's parents, who tried to kill his passion for rap. Tearing his music up, he was strong about it. He was strong about what he loved, and look at him today, and his parents realized they were wrong now. He was strong for himself, and you must be strong for yourself. You're never too young to learn about being strong for yourself, your needs, who you are. Jessica Alba, I did not actually know this, used to be so she lived in a household that was, every member in that household was not a healthy eater. So what she did was to create her own food all the time. And she just isolated herself from the activities that she knows wouldn't be helpful. So you need to assert yourself. In that sense, you need to be selfish. Eventually, because of her hard-headedness, she was able to create a company that's based on health. It's a $100 million company. So maybe you can use your passion for K-pop as a jump-off point to create something beautiful that will eventually lead you somewhere career-wise, or it can lead to something you're passionate about. Number 6, if they are in need of upliftment, maybe they need to also do things to create joy, better mental health in these times, such as making sure they're getting good nutrients. She said that many people are low deficient in B12, which if deficient can affect your mood. So you need to be physically active. So her suggestion is that you need to look into physical activities more. Maybe you can, do dance lessons on your own, or take dance lessons, K-pop dance classes, or go to the gym. That way you can put the headphones on, spend more time listening to music in your K-pop. I actually do this. I walk my dog every day for at least an hour. It's my time. I use that time to actually discover new music. Not just K-pop, but music in general. Or sometimes I would do audiobooks, so it allows me to read. When we do long walks, sometimes we do have a 2-hour or 3-hour walk, I would finish half a book walking, listening to the audiobook. So depending on so you can even start something for yourself, or and then hopefully maybe others can join you in doing any kind of physical activity that will also allow you to listen and immerse yourself in music of K-pop. And then maybe she's saying you can join the gym, and during your workout put your headphones on, and they can have some extra quality time with K-pop. The other thing that she suggested is that you actually volunteer somewhere, do something, be of service to others. You don't have to formally volunteer to an organization. It can be just providing help to somebody, an hour every week. Maybe if there's an older person, this is her suggestion, there's an older person in your neighborhood, why don't you ask that person, do you need help in gardening, watering your plants, or maybe cleaning your house once a week or something? I'll help. Or walk the dogs in the neighborhood or something. And then lastly, and this is I think a very, very good, and this I think is really one of the best things that she ever said in that comment, is that instead of only idolizing others, uncover your own greatness. And I think that's really powerful. There's nothing wrong with supporting other groups, other celebrities. There's a lot of people out there that's idolizing Kobe Bryant or Michael Phelps or whoever, LeBron James. There's nothing wrong with that, for as long as you also pursue your own talent. You also grow yourself, support their greatness, but also make sure that you're practicing towards your own, that you're achieving your own goals. So that's it, and I think it's worth listening to. I hope there's a lot of people out there that And so I hope that there's one more, two more people that are going through the same thing that the original letter writer is going through. I hope you heard that, and I hope you take that into consideration. Thank you.